Welcome back to Scholastically Natalie. Sorry for the kind of longer than planned break. I'm officially moved in to the new apartment, though I don't have a couch yet. If you hear a noise in the background, that is my fridge just running. It has a lot of opinions, okay? It's been a fun adventure. This is my first time, living on my own. Because I did live with some friends during college, and then I graduated and had no idea what I was doing with my life, so then I moved back home with my parents, and now I am all on my lonesome. But I can't say I'm enjoying it so far. Oh no. I'm recording kind of late, mostly because I finally found my microphone and then put it back together. But yeah, I'm enjoying living on my own and putting a lot of holes in my walls to hang things up with. I'm assuming I'll get really good at patching when I have to move out. So today, I figured we could do some more D&D world building stuff because I have some stuff I need to take care of, and hopefully I'll have a better grasp on it when I'm kind of explaining it out loud to people. I find that I've written better that way several times when I've been making videos, so I figured I'd try it again, and if we get nowhere, well, nobody will know because this video won't get posted. So what has ended up happening is that one of my players is being a little knowledge hoarder and has some quote-unquote forbidden books in this setting. If you don't remember, currently I've set it up so the demons are in control of this world. There's an eternal good versus evil, demons versus gods struggle going on, except of course good is not always good and bad is not always bad. I'm kind of trying to showcase that with, some islands being under super oppressive regimes and then other islands being pretty chill depending on which demon's in control of them, but so far they haven't gone to any, big islands. But when they did a favor for one of the Drow Empresses, well, the Drow Empress, I can't say the Empresses, there's only one, she gave this player a bunch of books that are things that the demons would not allow. So I've already given him this first book. I wrote it up on a piece of paper, fancy paper I have that looks like parchment. But then I was like, what if I type it all up so that you have it in one place and I remember what I've told you? Also, all of them get to look at my terrible handwriting. So this one is how people can get to being a god / how several gods can be made depending on your class. So we've got wizards and paladins and clerics and warlocks and sorcerers. And then the next books are on blessed ones and sacred ones, which I realize is just, I've made my lore needlessly complicated. But in my universe, dragons were created by the gods and thus are sacred, so they're the sacred ones, and then dragonborns have to essentially die doing something before they're imbued with a god's power, making them blessed ones. And I'm still not entirely sure what I want to write this one on. And then we have religions around the world, which I'm just assuming are about different gods and goddesses and how people worship them and show their devotion. Kind of left it up to me. And then we have a celestial for dummies, which we've just mutually decided upon as German because that's what this player, their second language is. So I might just put in a bunch of English to German translations, which I think will be fun. So I think what we're going to do is start with defining them. So sacred ones, nope, that needs to be capitalized. Created by the divine at the beginning of time. And I think I need to add a mental note to myself. Oh no, I'm gonna have to make a copy of this, aren't I, for myself. to get my lore straight, because Matt Colville has released Strongholds and Followers, and I'm kind of wondering if, since the gods created like the regular dragons, if maybe I could use the gemstone dragons as being created by either the archfey or the demons. I'll have to look into that. Okay, sacred ones were carried by the divine. At the beginning of the world. The gods wanted other beings. Sacred ones were created by the divine after. It's not Melkor. What did I name you? I have a creation god, and I can't remember his name. I'm getting him confused with my friend's evil god, Maltov. He might not actually be evil, but that's too much. What did I name you? No, it's Malor. Okay. Created by the divine after Malor was driven to hiding after expending the majority of his power. Wanting trying to boost his power with an act of creation, or perhaps wanting more soldiers in their war against the demons. The gods created dragons. Each blessed them with different traits. The blacksmith god, blacksmith deity with impenetrable armor. The war deity. With a presence that inspired terror. Can I not spell presence still? I'm really bad. Oh, okay. I do know how to spell presence. It never looks quite right to me. Each of the gods gave them and the sacred ones blossomed as they grew older. Some grew smarter, more cunning. Others grew stronger, and their breath weapons with them. Some studied magic. Others the art of combat. And all grew to be feared and worshipped. Each dragon still retains a bond to their deity, although it usually remains faint. But some are devoted and worship regularly, and are often often act in their god's name. Okay, then we need blessed ones. Blessed ones. After the slow evolution of mortals, developed when gods found humans they liked. Not developed when the gods found humans they liked. Developed once the gods and the demons reached an uneasy truce. Where both agreed to not unleash their true forms upon the mortal plane. And so the two sides were left to struggle against the other with words and manipulations. But as the demons developed tieflings and the gods developed Azamar, humans were yet still more easily tempted than a faithful. More demons, not humans, mortals. As more mortals fell and turned into demons, the gods found themselves outnumbered. Their own paladins and clerics already matched by warlocks and sorcerers. And then, let's see, which god do I want to have blessed someone? I feel like it would be Amora, because she's kind of fighty. Yeah. Then, one goddess. The one of war reached out to a human that pleased her. He had killed hundreds, if not thousands, of his enemies, and all who had heard of him feared him. But, alas, he was mortal, felled in an ambush, desperately fighting off his attackers. She reached out as he lay in between life and death and swore him to her service. He was reborn into what some call Dragonborn. As always, whenever one follows a higher power, especially if one is in their service, there is a price to pay for disobeying. To turn your back on your creator, to ignore their commands, earns a contractor, earns a mortal, no place in the cycle of rebirth. Disobey the benefactor and die. Your soul ripped to shreds. Your life forfeit. The gods don't usually tell their chosen this. Of course, this consequence is not usually mentioned at the beginning. I can't really think of what's really the most important parts of that lore. I think I'll rewrite it onto maybe a piece of paper if I'm feeling merciful. If not, my player's just gonna get this. Sorry, y'all, I would stay on longer, but I'm really tired. So, I hope you enjoyed this rather short video, this rather chill video. I wanted to try to get back into the swing of things today with something rather simple. And let me know if you have any... Sorry, my D&D group is for some reason choosing 1:30 to be their activation time. Anyways, if you have any requests, any videos on certain topics you'd like to hear, please let me know. I'm always open for requests or even just a simple inspiration. I do have a book that I have planned to read, to review. It's one of Amanda Lovelace's newest poetry collections. Is this one Shine Your Icy Crown? I think it is. Of course, I'm like 2 months late to it because I kept meaning to buy it from my Target and then it was never in stock. So instead, I've ordered it online. I have tons more things to read. I'm just really taking up my time with putting things on the wall of my apartment. But I do have a monitor, an actual monitor now that's separate from my laptop, so I am hoping that if I can get one of those little split thingies, I can project my Switch onto the monitor and then record it, which would be amazing, because then I've been wanting to do this for so long. Then I can share Spiritfarer with you guys, which I love, even though I can't beat the one level. There might be me rage quitting because I'm really bad at platforming games. So after I try to do something like 5 times, I quit, because then I just get too angry, and so I just wander off to chill again. And then even my Animal Crossing island, which I kind of do want to redo, so maybe we can just have some chill restructuring sessions. And I do have a Legend of Zelda game that I need to do more of, so we shall see, we shall see. I really want to do that, but I need to buy a couch, so I might not be buying that splitter anytime soon. Anyways, everyone, I hope you are going to have a lovely weekend, and just a fantastic time in the future. I'll be here when you return, probably with some more better expressed things. I feel so out of practice, even though it's not been that long. So thank you for watching. Scholastically Natalie is out.